Good day to the viewers and listeners. I am Stacey Carmichael and this is the Progress Report. Today we are joined by Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, the Honorable Hugh Todd. Minister, it's a pleasure having you on the program today.
And I'm happy to be here, Stacey. Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome. Now, Minister, since the PPPC administration, what was the priority focus of your ministry?
Well, I think the people of Ghana understood where we were in terms of our position in the regional and global environment, having had to fight very hard as a people to maintain our democracy. And the people of Ghana recognize that we live in a rule-based global environment. So we weren't playing by the international rules, we weren't playing by our own national laws. And we took a sharp dive in terms of our image, not only locally but internationally. So our first priority was to re-engage, having won the confidence of our international partners and friends. We were able to seamlessly re-engage and to get our country back in the grouping of countries that behave in a predictable manner. That was our first engagement. So you would have found that we had many courtesy calls from different foreign missions, international organizations, and that was part and parcel of that re-engagement because they recognize that the people of Ghana understand that we have to behave a certain way to win friends and partners. And because of all we've gone through, following the no confidence vote in December 2018, and all of the events that followed that, and with also a very trying election period, the people of Ghana were able to convince our international friends and partners that we were serious about our engagement in the global environment. And the Foreign Ministry is that ministry that is responsible for that initial engagement. So we were able to do that in a very seamless manner, and that led to all of the other engagements that we will talk about.
Mm-hmm. Great, Minister. Thank you. G77, could you speak a little bit about that?
Okay, yes. It was a wonderful experience for Guyana. Guyana held the chairmanship, and we still have it. We're going to give the chair to Guinea. That's the new chairmanship. But for us, we've had a very good, I would say, second half of the G77 chairmanship. As you know, we were hit with our political crisis and then that with the global pandemic, so it affected a lot of what we could have done in terms of meeting in person. A lot of what we did had to be done virtually. But we've lost a lot of momentum due to our political situation here in Guyana. So when we resumed, I should say resumed, when we came into office, the president was very proactive in ensuring that he provided the leadership that was necessary for us to actually leave a lasting impression. I think we have achieved that. So with the president's guidance, we were able to craft a theme that was very consistent with the global narrative in terms of low carbon initiatives, and that fed into the Sustainable Development Goals 2030 and the indicators. So we looked at that as part of our theme, and that was what we had advanced. And we held a flagship event, and we had, I think, close to 200 participants from all over the world. And we were able to really showcase Guyana for what it's worth. And I think that from the feedback that we got from international friends and partners, I think it was very impressive. Most of the persons who looked at it would have seen how Guyana was showcased. And I think one of the highlights of that also was the fact that the Vice President Dr. Barajagdi, was able to make a very riveting presentation in terms of climate financing and climate ambition. And I think it was well received, and it showed that Guyana is still able to punch above its weight as a small country. So we were able to regain a lot of what we would have lost in terms of our global image and standing, and we were able to achieve that when we took office in August. I also want to commend former foreign minister, who is now our permanent representative at the United Nations, Ms. Caroline Rodriguez-Burkett, for her leadership too, because she played a very vital role in organizing things there at the UN headquarters to make that event very successful. I also want to commend our team here in Guyana, which is our headquarters, for their commitment and their passion, and we saw it in terms of our output. And I think that we have achieved a lot. So when Guinea takes the chair, they can provide continuity to what we've been able to achieve for the people of Guyana. So I think the people of Guyana should be proud, because it's part and parcel of their involvement as well. We represent them, and I think that they are proud that we've done good by them in terms of representation at that level. And I think that we have bigger things to do at the multilateral level. There are some initiatives that we plan to pursue, and I think that we'll be able to advise the Guyanese people as we progress.
Thank you very much, Minister. Now, the International Court of Justice recently ruled that it has jurisdiction to hear the Guyana versus Venezuela border case. Could you tell us the importance of that ruling?
Oh, it's very good for Guyana. I think post-independence we've been grappling with sovereignty and territorial matters, and I think it has plagued us. But it has not prevented us from achieving prosperity for the people of Guyana. But it is a defining moment in our history, and it's something that we want to put behind us. We've always stood firm by the 1899 arbitral award as complete and final. And we see Venezuela as the agitator in this matter, and we recognize that we have international friends and partners that support us, and we've committed to a multilateral approach in dealing with this, and that is why we are happy that the United Nations, through its Secretary General, would have advocated for us for both parties to have this matter resolved. So what the court essentially did for the people of Guyana is to let the people of Guyana know that they have jurisdiction over the matter in terms of settling our land boundary dispute. So like any local court, what the International Court is saying is that they can hear the matter. And they can preside over it, and they can determine the finality of, well, I shouldn't say that. I should say they can determine the outcome based on our presentation of our facts versus Venezuela's presentation of their facts. But people of Guyana must understand as well that Venezuela is not participating. And even though they're not participating, it doesn't prevent the matter from being adjudicated upon. So we are thankful that we've had that achievement, and we're looking forward to a very fruitful and well-represented position from the Guyana side. I think we're very comfortable as a people for all that we've achieved so far, and I think the people of Guyana are very optimistic for an outcome that would see the next generation not having to go through this, because it requires a lot of cost. It can affect investment, And we don't want the next generation to have to be spending taxpayers' money to go through this. I think it's a necessary expense, but it is not what we want to be spending money on. Not something that we believe that has been already final. And I'm hopeful that the kids today would not have to deal with that. I've been a kid when this, well, not a kid, I wasn't born yet, post-independence, 1966, but a decade or so after. And I've seen and heard of people like Sir Sridhar Ramphal and those other guys, Rashley Jackson and stalwarts like those dealing with this matter. And here I am today having to go through the same thing. And this is not something that that we want. And I can tell you that the president does not want the next generation to be going through this. And that is why he's very focused and he's very passionate about ensuring that the people of Ghana get the best representation possible. And we have a very good team, legal team. We have a very good committee here in Ghana that is very inclusive. Most of Ghana know that former Foreign Minister Carl Greenidge is the agent on that team, and that is part of our inclusive arrangement. And if the people of Ghana would have heard the president when he spoke after the judgment on the jurisdiction, he made mention of the inclusivity of this matter and the fact that it involves each and every Guyanese citizen. And we're taking a national approach to this, and I think everyone is on board, which also includes the opposition. This is not a matter that we can be divisive on. This is a matter that we have to put each and every one, or include each and every one. And that is what we've been doing, because it is important for Guyana to be able to move forward and to be able to bring finality to our territorial, this territorial matter, because sovereignty is important. It helps with peace and stability, not only for Guyana, but for the entire region. The Latin America, or I should say the continent, is rife with territorial issues. But a lot of it you don't hear about, because a lot of the countries are working hard on unity and cooperation and bringing economic benefits for their people. And that is what we're trying to do here in this matter. So it's not a case whereby there's any tension with the people of Venezuela. This is a situation where we have to represent our people, because this is how countries operate within the international system. It's about self-interest, and then there's also cooperation. And we are willing to cooperate with Venezuela going forward. A Venezuela that is stable, a Venezuela that meets the requirements of international law and best practice.
Mm-hmm. Thank you again, Minister. Now, a few months back, His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali and a team, which included yourself, visited Suriname. Could you tell the people the significance of that visit?
Oh, it's very significant. It was a very good. It's a very good, I should say, a very good achievement for the people of Ghana and the people of Suriname. And it shows that the leadership on either side, President Ali and President Santoki, they understand the value of friendship and the importance of partnership. We share similar challenges due to our smallness. And there are opportunities out there that we both can take advantage of if we unite. And that agreement, that strategic cooperation dialogue platform, I always have to take my time and go through that. I think I got it right. Was an achievement for the people of Ghana and the people of Suriname, because what it has done is to provide an umbrella framework where we can advance our interests, mutual interests, for both Ghana and Suriname. And I want the people of the Ghana to understand that what we're doing is to improve their lives and livelihood. And both presidents understand that. We're both members of CARICOM, We're both members of ProSOR. And we are thinking broader. And the president made it clear that the unity between Ghana and Suriname is not limited to the two countries on a bilateral or from a bilateral perspective. He's thinking regionally. He wants to put Ghana and Suriname on the regional platform from an energy perspective and connecting the Guyana Shield. So we have French Guyana, we have Suriname, Guyana, and Brazil. So that connectivity opens up a huge economic space for Guyana, both Guyana and Suriname, which is very important for progress and for future prospects. And Brazil is looking on too, because northern Brazil is landlocked. They're looking for access to our Atlantic so that they can have access to markets. And it's a very good time to be part of this process. And I think the people of Ghana recognize that they're getting good leadership and good representation from the Irfaan Ali administration. And that is something that we're all proud of. And we can see the value of having the kind of leadership that we have here in Ghana and also in Suriname. And it opens up new vistas for dialogue and cooperation. One of the major initiatives would be the bridging of the Corentyne River, and that is also part of the strategic cooperation agreement. And with that, you know that the possibilities are endless, because you need infrastructure or infrastructural network to move an economy, and it's all part of our advancement as partners. So it's important. There are many other areas that would also improve the lives on either side. Education, we're dealing with energy, transport, trade. So we're looking at all of the initiatives that are mutually beneficial to Ghana and Suriname. So security is also in that. It's broad enough to cater for every sector and for all of the initiatives that would allow Guyana and Suriname to benefit from the opportunities bilaterally and regionally, because we're still also focused on combining our resources to be able to better take advantage of opportunities here on the continent, as well as in CARICOM and in organizations like CELAC, OAS. So it's going to do good for Guyana, and as I always like to say, it is for the future of Guyana and Suriname, and it's important that people understand that the kind of leadership that they're getting is very valuable, and it speaks to what the kind of representation that the people of Guyana needed. And I think that they made it clear at the polls, and I think they're getting value for their vote.
Thank you, Minister. Now, as we begin to reach wrap-up time, you have had several engagements with your foreign counterparts. Could you tell the people how important these interactions are to the advancement of the country?
I think first and foremost, the people of Ghana can see clearly how we're positioned within the hemisphere, within Latin America and the Caribbean, and also within in North America. So we're looking at the entire Americas. When you look at the engagements that we've had the visit of the Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo. We've had our Foreign Minister from Brazil. We've also had visits from our other partners from around the world, all leading to economic cooperation, technical assistance, and these are mutually beneficial to both countries. But important for us is the fact that this is our hemisphere. A lot of our future prospects reside here in Latin America and the Caribbean, and with our partnership with the United States and Canada. And that is very, very important for Guyana. And we have been able to reposition ourselves as a people. And the people of Ghana did that um, through the polls, which has given the People's Progressive Party, CIVIC, the opportunity to lead government. And I think that that recognition is for the people of Guyana, everyone, regardless of who you would have voted for. And that is been exhibited in how we're performing. So our business opportunities with the United States would improve and deepen from a security perspective as well, from a social perspective in terms of health and education, and that is consistent with all of our partners within the region: Canada, Brazil, with our Caribbean brothers and sisters. We've also been able to have uninterrupted trade. This is moving on a bit because I know we're out of time. With the United Kingdom, and the United Kingdom has left the EU, coined Brexit. So we have an agreement with the UK that would see trade be uninterrupted. So in terms of our taxes and concessions and so on would not be affected. So our private sector, our business interests would not be affected. So it will be somewhat a seamless transition now for Guyana doing business with the United Kingdom. I know we're out of time. I don't want to press too much, but I think in total or in sum, I think the people of Guyana have received a credible representation from the Foreign Ministry, and that credit goes to each and every one within the Foreign Ministry, down to the person who's actually preparing the restrooms and the guys who are actually bringing the meals. Each and every one has to get credit from our performance between August to date, because it's a ministry that involves everyone. And I can say that I've gotten very good support. We have a very talented and very professional team, and we're working towards advancing all of the foreign policy initiatives being advanced by His Excellency Dr. Irfan, President Dr. Irfan Ali. And I think we've done a fairly good job for the people of Guyana. And in 2021, we're going to increase our momentum. We know we've had a very difficult period, but we're looking forward to a post-COVID environment. I must also say to the people of Ghana that we've gotten a lot of support from our traditional partners, United States, Canada, and our partners across the world in terms of support for COVID. And support is coming as far as the Middle East. There's support coming from Qatar for Guyana. So what we've been able to do in 4 months is to really extend our reach far beyond this hemisphere. Our engagement will deepen in every region, in the Middle East, in Asia. We'll strengthen what we have here in Latin America and the Caribbean, and we're always looking for new opportunities. Guyana is very visible right now internationally because of our oil find and the fact that we've moved into oil, and because of oil, there are many other economic activities that would come to bear, and we have to be able to meet and rise to the occasion, and that is why we've involved in a big way the diaspora. We've had 2 engagements of recent with the UK and with Canada, and we're working on, or we've already done a lot of work in terms of our strategic plan, because the President has already made a commitment to the diaspora, having mentioned that also in the manifesto. There's a lot of talent outside of Guyana, and there are people who want to come back. So as well as to invest and to give technical assistance. And we're providing the policy space for them to be able to do that. And we've had several other engagements as well. So our commitment to the diaspora is very, it's meaningful, it's sincere, and we're going to be able to incorporate the diaspora into our development objectives. And I think that with the kind of political stability we have and trust that we have in the government in terms of our predictability, in terms of our rule of law, accountability, transparency, I think the possibilities are endless. And I think that we have to be able to commend the people of Guyana for being patient and for trusting in us, that we're able to lead and to give direction. And our primary aim is really to improve the lives and the livelihoods of Guyanese. And that is what we've been elected to do. And I know that under the leadership of President Ali, that is the only thing that we're working on. And with all of the ministries, which includes the ministry that I'm responsible for, that is our core objective. So everything we do is focused on uplifting and transforming lives, beginning with the most vulnerable.
Thank you very much, Minister. And also, I want to thank you for being on the program today. We look forward to another interview with you so that we can discuss more areas. And thank you to the listeners and viewers. This has been Progress Report. I'm Stacey Carmichael, and today we were joined by Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, the Honorable U Todd.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Guyana.
Goodbye for now.